Hey everybody, welcome back to the War Boss Bitch channel. If you're new here, remember to like and subscribe, or if you've been here for a while and haven't subscribed yet, what you doing? Today we are going to be talking about the Wolf Brothers for Grimdark Future. Now before we get into talking about the units, I'm going to go ahead and spoil it for you right now. The Wolf Brothers are, in my opinion, the best versions of the Battle Brothers. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll explain to you why. So these are the special rules for the Wolf Brothers. And the number one thing that makes them the best Battle Brothers in the game is counterattack. Strikes first when charged. Now, why does this make them so good compared to everybody else? Because this one rule shuts down enemy melee. Now, me personally, as someone who has played a whole bunch of orcs into Wolf Brothers, my melee units just cannot compete. It may just be the meta that we have going on in the garage here, but I like melee units. I like big melee units. I like fast melee units. I like melee units that will attack the enemy from angles they aren't looking for and overwhelm the enemy before they have a chance to strike back. The Wolf Brothers completely negate any of that. The rest of the special rules on this list, that they don't really matter. Counterattack is the one thing you have to remember, because that's all that really matters. So let's go ahead and go down to the spells. We only talk about the buffs and debuffs because the offensive spells do what they do. So let's start off with Fury for 1 point. Target 2 friendly units within 12, they get Furious next time they charge. Furious means that whenever you roll a 6 to attack, you get extra hits. We like to call those exploding sixes. Storm, 2 points. Target 2 enemy units within 18, they get -1 to hit rolls next time they shoot. And Wrath for 3 points. Target 2 enemy units within 18, they move -3 next time they advance, or -6 next time they charge or rush. So the 3 power spell is not really as good as we've seen with other armies, but in certain situations, they will leave the enemy in a spot where you can jump on them. Stuff that's trying to get away, like the High Elf fleets or Soul Snatcher cults. Stuff that generally doesn't want to get into melee unless they are a dedicated melee unit. You can put this on them and just say, no, you're mine. So that's it for the spells. Let's go ahead and take a look at the units. So here we are in the Army Forge with all the units there on the left-hand side. Let's go ahead and dig in. We're going to kind of go over these a little bit quicker than normal because I've already gone over the Battle Brothers, the Knight Brothers, and all that kind of stuff recently. So this is going to be a overview before we get into the fight. Starting off with our first hero is the Master Wolf Destroyer, or the Wolf Master Destroyer. Quality 3, Defense 3. Ambush Fearless Hero, Toughness 6, Counterattack, and Shield Walls. So it gets +1 to its defenses whenever someone attacking it is not using spells. These are the different upgrades you can put on the model to affect its unit. War Chant, this model gets Furious, and his squad gets Furious. If they already had it, then you get Exploding 5s and 6s. Caster 2 to get you access to the spell list. Repair, where you can fix tough models on a 2+. Advanced Tactics for a little bit more mobility. We're allowing you to move one of your units 6 more inches. And Caster 3 to give you more points to spend on your spell list. You have 2 options for outfitting, either ranged or melee. And because of counterattack, that's going to give you a whole lot more value than you would get from shooting. So either dual energy claws or pick your poison down here. I would go with multiple attacks. So either dual energy claws or energy fist. If you take the fist for 50 points, you keep the shield wall, keeping your defense at a 2+. And again, let's change things up a little bit, and let's go ahead and throw in the Wolf Destroyers. Since we're here, let's go ahead and build a unit. So here we got with the Wolf Destroyers, Quality 3, Defense 3, Ambush Fearless, Toughness 3, Counterattack, and Shield Wall. Again, you have the 2 options. You can either go melee or shooting and counterattack. You want to go melee. And for that, dual energy claws or energy fists would be the way to go. But energy fists, if you take 3 of those, you're looking at an extra 120 points, putting the squad to 345. Or you can just take the dual energy claws for 260. With the energy fists, again, you keep the shield wall, but dual energy claws you don't. But this you just get more attacks this way. So my way I like to build them: dual energy claws on both the Wolfmaster Champion and the Wolf Destroyers. This way, with his 8 attacks and the squad's 12, you have 20 attacks hitting on a 3 with rending. And then put on War Chant, because you're throwing so many dice, some of those are going to explode. Ambush them in behind the enemy or on a flank, or heck, even on a front line, and just charge them in there. They're just going to run forward and just blenderize stuff. And if you ambush in and something charges you, you got counterattack, so just fight first and kill them. Next hero unit, we have the Veteran Wolf Master Brother. Quality 3, Defense 3, Fearless Hero, Toughness 3, War Veteran, giving it +1 to hit in melee and shooting, and counterattack. Comes with a Flamer Pistol, 1-shot Blast 3 reliable, and 2 attacks in close combat. For the squad upgrades, we have War Chant, Caster 2, Repair, Advanced Tactics, and Caster 3. The same thing we saw with the Wolfmaster Destroyer. You replace the pistol with an energy sword and combat shield, giving it shield wall. Dual energy claws, or a heavy chainsaw sword for 4 attacks, AP1. You can replace the Flamer Pistol with a heavy pistol, fusion pistol, gravity, plasma, heavy rifle, or a storm rifle. You could put your attachments onto a heavy rifle if you take it. That gives you 1 shot of these different weapons. You can replace a close combat weapon with a hammer, sword, chain fist, or energy fist. And you can give this guy a jetpack for ambush and flying, a wolf mount for 2 attacks of the heavy claw, fast, strider, and toughness 3, or a combat bike giving him fast, toughness 3, and 2 more shots with a twin heavy rifle. So this character is in pretty much the same boat as your Wolfmaster Destroyer. You can go for ranged or melee. And again, counterattack, you're going to want to go melee. We have some utility here with a jetpack, wolf mount, or a combat bike. So let's pull some stuff up here. Let's go ahead and go right down to the Veteran Wolf Battle Brothers. Let's pull them up, because they have the War Veteran as well. They get +1 to hit in melee and shooting, fearless, and counterattack. Starting off with heavy rifles for 1 shot at AP1 and 1 attack in close combat. You can give 1 member of the squad a banner. This gives them +1 to morale test rolls. I mean, you're already at quality 3. If you really feel like you need the 2+ to pass the morale test, go for it. Medical training gives them regeneration. Now you can replace any heavy rifle in the squad. You can replace all 3 of them with flame or heavy flamer, gravity rifle, plasma fusion, heavy machine gun, gravity cannon, missile launcher, laser cannon, or a plasma cannon. Mods for the heavy rifles to give them 1 shot of those weapons. You can turn 1 into a sergeant for a sergeant heavy pistol or a sergeant hand weapon. You can replace that pistol with a gravity pistol, plasma pistol, and you can give the sergeant an energy sword or an energy fist. Now I'm going to be controversial. Veteran Wolf Battle Brothers. In my opinion, these are not a good choice for the Wolf Brothers. And the only reason I say that is that the only melee upgrades they have is to do a sergeant and give the sergeant an energy fist. The other 2 members of the squad only get 1 attack apiece in close combat. If you want a shooting squad, you can take whatever you want here, but with counterattack, I feel like you are throwing away your army-wide special rule. So in my mind, these are not the best choice. And with that, the Veteran Wolf Master Brother, he can synergize just as well with the rest of the squads as a regular Wolf Master Brother, but you're going to be paying more for his weapons just because you are the War Veteran. You're +1 to hit. I don't think that's worth it. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Here we have the regular Wolf Master Brother. Quality 3, Fearless, Hero, Toughness 3, and Counterattack. Same weapon with a Flamer Pistol and Close Combat weapon. Same upgrades here as every other hero, as this character is the same as the Veteran Wolf Master Brother. Everything is just cheaper. And what do I mean by that? Say here's the Veteran Wolf Master Brother. We're down here at the bottom. Here's regular Master Brother. Say you want to deck him out for close combat. Veteran Wolf Brother, Energy Fist is 40 points. Wolf Master Brother, Energy Fist is 25 points. So for that 2+ to hit, you're paying 15 more points for your energy fist on top of the 10 more points that they are normally. So for that, and that reason alone, Wolfmaster Brother is the way to go. Now let's look at some units for this. Let's pull up the first one. Well, Wolf Pathfinders. Let's go with somebody else. Let's pull up Wolf Rookies. These are going to be a cheaper version of Battle Brothers. They hit on a 4 because they're quality 4, defense 4. But everything else, they are Battle Brothers. They come equipped with pistols for 1 shot at AP1 and heavy close combat weapons for 2 attacks at AP1. As far as your counter attack goes, these guys are already better suited than those veterans were. You could turn one into a sergeant, and that sergeant could do the gravity or plasma pistol and the energy sword and energy fist. You can upgrade all the models with a jetpack to give them ambush and flying. You can replace one heavy pistol with a flamer, gravity rifle, plasma rifle, or a fusion rifle, and then you can switch out one of the pistols with a plasma pistol. And you can upgrade one heavy pistol and heavy close combat weapon with a heavy pistol hammer, heavy pistol sword, heavy chainsaw sword, or a heavy pistol energy fist. Now, with everything I'm saying here, remember, whenever you get into a fight, you are going to attack first, regardless if you are charged or not. So with that in mind, let's do a little bit crazy here. Let's go heavy chainsaw sword there. And we're going to give the Master Brother a jetpack. Let's go for the Wolf Rookies. We'll do one heavy chainsaw sword. Give them all jetpacks. Upgrade one to a sergeant. Give them an energy fist. And then double it. Or combine the unit. So here's 515 points. It's pretty expensive, but we're in Battle Brother territory. Everything is kind of expensive. We have an ambushing flying unit that will attack first in close combat. With these 11 models, you have 24 attacks at AP1 and 4 attacks at AP4. And then the Wolfmaster Brother, let's go ahead and do War Chant. So if you do charge, any of those 6s that you roll become extra hits. This unit is a blender. And that's just the Wolf Rookies. Let's go ahead and try something else here. Now our next hero and the last hero is going to be the Wolf Elite Pathfinder. Quality 4, defense 4, fearless hero strider, toughness 3, and counterattack. Again, starts with a flamer pistol and a close combat weapon with 2 attacks. We got War Chant, Caster 2, Repair, Advanced Tactics, and Caster 3. You can replace the pistol with a sniper rifle. You can upgrade them with Scout and Stealth. You can switch out the pistol with a sword and shield, dual energy claws, or a heavy chainsaw sword. You have all the pistol options here, and heavy rifle, storm rifle, the heavy rifle mods. And then for close combat, energy hammer, energy sword, chain fist, or energy fist. And you'll notice too that everything is a little bit cheaper. So that Wolf Rookies list, that Wolf Rookies unit that we made, if you don't want to give them jetpacks, you could do the same thing here. 460 points, everybody hits on a 4. We have the counterattack, War Chant for exploding 6s, same amount of attacks that we did before. 460 points. But with that out of the way, let's look at the Wolf Pathfinders. You know, the one that the Elite Pathfinder is technically supposed to go with. But there's no real hard rule for that. In case you're wondering, you could put a destroyer with your Pathfinders. You could put your Pathfinders with a bike squad. The only thing that matters is that the rules kind of sync up as far as speed and maneuverability go. So like if you put the Elite Pathfinder with a bike squad, where the bike squad here has fast, the Elite Pathfinder does not. That means that the Wolf Biker Brothers cannot go fast because they have to stick with the Pathfinder. So with that out of the way, let's look at the Pathfinders. Quality 4, defense 4, strider, fearless, and counterattack. Strider means ignore difficult terrain. Heavy pistols for 1 shot AP1, 2 attacks with close combat weapons. You have the sergeant and the sergeant options here. You can replace one heavy rifle with a sergeant pistol and sergeant hand weapon. Wait, what the hell? Okay, Army Forge is a little bit strange here. Let me mess around with it and see if I can break it. 3, 2, boop, boop, boop. Alright, that's a little strange. I could put 2 sergeants in the same squad. I don't know if it's designed to do that, or if that was the intention, but it's there. Just don't abuse that. So back to what I was saying. Once we get past all of the sergeant stuff, you can replace all the pistols with heavy rifles or shotguns. You can replace one heavy rifle with gravity, plasma, flamer, heavy machine gun, or missile launcher, and you can replace up to 3 heavy rifles with a sniper rifle. And you can upgrade all models with a camo cloak for stealth or forward sentry for scout. So this is not a melee squad. I mean, if you would be if you put the 2 sergeants in the same squad, but like I said, that's probably not intended. So what they do have, though, is they have violent firepower, which is something that I love. Short-ranged shotguns, 130 points, 2 shots apiece at AP1, hitting on a 4. You take your Elite Pathfinder up here. He has no shooting upgrades for the squad, so probably best would be to take him as a caster. Even then, there's really no shooting upgrades here. He would be more utility to throw stuff around, maybe slowing things down or giving Furious to other squads. So let's get rid of that Elite Pathfinder. It's not going to help the squad out. So 5, 10 of them, 260 points, 20 shots with shotguns on a 4. Go ahead and give them Scout, 280 points. Start in the middle of the board, blasting things from turn 1 with their shotguns. I am a big fan of shotguns in the game. Like I said, violent firepower. Now let's go down to other units that we haven't talked about yet. We're going to do the Wolf Battle Brothers, the basic Battle Brothers. Quality 3, Defense 3, Fearless and Counterattack. They have heavy rifles, 1-shot AP1, and 1-attack close combat weapons. We have the Sergeants and all of those options there. You can do a banner and medical training, give them +1 to morale and regeneration. And then you have the Flamer, Gravity Rifle, Plasma Rifle, Heavy Flamer, Fusion Rifle, Heavy Machine Gun, Gravity Cannon, Missile Launcher, Laser Cannon, or Plasma Cannons as an option. This is not a melee squad, this is a shooting squad. So not really optimized to use counterattack. Although just having a squad of shooting brothers hanging in the back guarding one of your close objectives, having counterattack will give the enemy some pause to assault you because they're going to lose somebody on the way in. And if it's not a dedicated melee squad, they probably won't want to charge you. And that's about all I got to say on the regular Battle Brothers. There's so many more exciting things in this army. Like the Werewolf Brothers. Quality 3, Defense 4, Counterattack, Fast, Fearless, Regeneration, and Shield Wall. They're equipped with Wolf Hammers for 1 attack at AP2 and a shield, giving them Shield Wall. You can replace the hammers with Heavy Claws, 2 attacks at AP1. You can replace any Heavy Claws with a dual Wolf Claw, 2 attacks reliable with Rending, or a Heavy Wolf Axe, 2 attacks at AP4. And you can upgrade any model with a Backpack Grenade Launcher, giving them a 1-shot Blast 3 24-inch shots. So, Werewolf Brothers, where they're fast, they're probably going to be best operating on their own, because if you attach anybody out of the characters, unless you do a Wolf Master Brother with like a bike or a wolf mount, they're not going to be able to keep up with the Werewolf Brothers. And honestly, Werewolf Brothers are kind of like one of those meat missile squads. You just kind of aim them at the enemy and let them go to town and rip stuff in half. So suggestions for that, just give them the Heavy Claws, maybe the Heavy Wolf Axe if you feel like you are lacking on anti-armor. Does get pretty pricey though, 280 points for 5 of them. But if you just stick with the Heavy Claws, 180, or in this case, 360 for 20 attacks at AP1, Fast, Counterattack, Fearless, or with Regeneration, that's a good squad. Next unit we come to is the Wolf Support Brothers. Quality 3, Defense 3, Fearless, Relentless, and Counterattack. Relentless means if you stand still using a hold action and you roll a 6 to hit with shooting, you get an extra hit. So this is exploding 6s with shooting. They come with Heavy Flamers for 1 shot, AP1 Blast 3 reliable at 12, and just 1 attack with their close combat weapons. You can switch out the Heavy Flamers for Heavy Fusion, Heavy Machine Guns, Missile Launchers, Gravity Cannons, Laser Cannons, or Plasma Cannons. And again, this squad is not a melee squad, so it does not lean into counterattack. But having 3 pocket Heavy Fusion Rifles for 230 points to pop open enemy tanks to get at their sweet, sweet nougaty center, that's always a good option. 230 points. Keep this squad hidden, keep it kind of protected, because if the enemy does charge this unit, they're only going to get 3 attacks in the counterattack. You might kill 1, you might kill 2, but they'll definitely going to get wiped off. Next is the Hunting Wolves. Quality 4, Defense 4, Counterattack, Fast, and Strider. 2 attacks apiece, AP 1 with Vicious Bites, and you can give them regeneration with a Cyborg body. So here we have our first harassing unit. This is something you don't see in the other Battle Brother armies. Just having this squad is going to be a boon to the Wolf Brothers, because you can have these as cheap flanking units, cheap hiding units, cheap units to get around the enemy and steal their objective. Next we come to the Wolf Riders. We have wolves on top of wolves. Quality 3, Defense 3, Counterattack, Fast, Fearless, Strider, and Toughness 3. Heavy pistols with 1 shot, close combo weapons with 2 attacks, and heavy claws with 2 attacks AP 1. You can replace 1 heavy pistol and close combo weapon with a heavy pistol energy hammer or dual energy claws. You can replace all heavy pistols with combat shields. You can replace any heavy pistol with a plasma pistol, and replace any close combat weapon with an energy sword or an energy fist. So this is a shock cav unit, and they look really cool, and they will attract every gun on the battlefield. So what I would do, give them a shield wall, increase that defensiveness, and then I would go down here and probably energy sword or energy fist if you want them. Energy fist is going to be the best if you want to blow those points. 75 points to outfit the whole squad, or 45 for energy sword. That one's up to you. These are going to attract every bullet on the field. Try to get them in combat as fast as possible to just rampage through the enemy. And again, you got counterattack, so if the enemy charges into you, just kill them. If the enemy charges you, just kill them. I should make that a t-shirt. Next is the Wolf Pathfinder Bikers. Quality 4, Defense 4, Fast, Fearless, Scout, Toughness 3, and Counterattack. Scout means these are going to start 12 inches from your deployment zone. Come with grenade launchers with a blast weapon, 1-shot heavy pistols, and 2 attacks with close combo weapons. You can do the Sergeant thing here, like we can with all the other squads. You replace any grenade launcher with twin heavy rifles, and replace all heavy pistols and close combat weapons with heavy rifles. So again, not a melee focused squad. With grenade launchers, they're going to be pretty good at clearing out chaff units, like little cheap enemy units that are running around a flank. Stuff that's like 5 harpies or hunting dogs or something. You could just blast these into them. You hit on a 4, you're going to do multiple hits. Hopefully stun them or make them run away. Pretty expensive at $235 for a squad that does that, so it wouldn't be high on my list of things to take for the army, but you might really like Pathfinders. Next unit is the Wolf Brothers Bikers. Quality 3, Defense 3, Fast, Fearless, Toughness 3, and Counterattack. We have twin heavy rifles for 2 shots apiece, heavy pistols for 1 shot, and close combat weapons for 2 attacks apiece. Again, Sergeant options. Replace the heavy pistols with heavy rifles, and replace 1 heavy rifle with a flamer, gravity rifle, plasma rifle, or a fusion rifle. Again, more of a shooting unit. The best you're going to be able to get out of them for melee is a Sergeant with an energy fist. 320 points to put a whole lot of pressure on that energy fist doing what it wants to do. Pretty expensive in my mind, and you only have 4 other attacks after that. Shooting, the best options you can get for shooting is replacing all the heavy pistols with heavy rifles, and then maybe a fusion rifle to run around and put some damage on some tanks. Again, another unit in the Wolf Brothers army I wouldn't suggest, because you want to kind of focus your points and your army towards melee. And this ain't it. And the last unit in this section is the Wolf Support Bike. Quality 3, Defense 3, Fast, Fearless, Toughness 6, and Counterattack. 2 shots with a heavy rifle, heavy flamer, heavy pistol, and a close combat weapon. You can replace the heavy flamer with a heavy fusion rifle or a heavy machine gun, and replace the heavy pistol with a heavy rifle. This is definitely not a melee unit. This is a single entity hide, do some damage to a tank, maybe use it to give you an extra activation. Best you could hope for is the heavy fusion rifle to kill half of a tank, or you could go for a heavy machine gun and a heavy rifle for 215. This gives you 6 shots at AP1. Again, there are better choices for the army. Now we're on to the vehicles and the monsters. Let's start off with the Wolf APC. Quality 3, Defense 2, Fast, Fearless, Impact 3, Toughness 6, and Transport 11. Storm rifle with 3 shots. You could upgrade it with an additional storm rifle or a heavy fusion rifle, and you can upgrade it with a hunter missile or a dozer blade for Strider. This is what you're going to use to get your melee units into melee. That is its one job in life. Keep it cheap. Keep it cheap at 210. Only thing I think about putting on is a dozer blade for Strider if there is difficult terrain that you have to get across. Other than that, the Wolf APC is just a box. It's a metal box for you to drop off your blenders. And we got the Wolf Attack APC. Quality 3, Defense 2, Fast, Fearless, Impact 3, Toughness 6, Transport 6. Twin Heavy Flamers for 2 shots, blast and reliable. You can replace a Twin Heavy Flamer with a heavy machine gun, minigun, plasma rifle, las cannon, or laser cannons, and give it a dozer blade for Strider. Again, it's an APC. You want to use it to drop off your blenders, but this one, you lose a little bit of your transport capacity to pick up the Twin Heavy Flamer. Now, what that means is you can still carry a squad like Wolf Rookies. There's 5 of them in the squad. You can put a character in there with them to give them War Chant and keep them inside the APC, run forward, hit stuff with a heavy flamer to damage it, and then the rookies get out to blenderize it. And in that same vein, probably the best thing to do as far as, utility-wise would be to go with a twin laser cannon, but that is expensive because using the twin laser cannons, you'll be able to pop open enemy transports that are trying to do the same thing to you so that you can get into their gushy insides before they get into yours. But overall, I'd probably just stick with a twin heavy flamer. Keep it cheap. Next is the Wolf Drop Pod. Quality 3, Defense 2, Ambush, Fearless, Immobile, Toughness 6, and Transport 11. Has a death launcher, 1 shot at 18 with blast of 6, and you can replace the death launcher with a rapid storm rifle for 6 shots at AP 1. This thing is the same as the Wolf APC. It has the same job. This thing drops down, your wolves pop out, and they proceed to do the bad touch. The only difference between these two is that the Wolf APC is mobile and it can move after it deploys the dudes. Wolf Drop Pod is not. Honestly, for the main job that you want the APC to do, I would go with a Drop Pod just because it is 50 points cheaper. And then I would also stick with the Death Launcher because Blast of 6, sometimes when the enemy is running large, lightly armored squads, that could be hilarious. Next, we're talking about the Wolf Battle Tank. Quality 3, Defense 2, Fast, Fearless, Impact 6, Toughness 12. Twin heavy machine guns and twin storm cannons. You can replace the twin storm cannons with a spear missile launcher, twin laser cannons, rapid autocannon, wind missile launcher, demolition cannon. You can replace twin heavy machine guns with twin laser cannons. You could upgrade it with a storm rifle and a heavy fusion rifle, and you could also upgrade it with a hunter missile or a dozer blade. God, that is a whole lot of options on this tank. The only thing that this wants to do is pop open the enemy tanks so that you can get your wolves inside again to do the bad touch. So that in mind, twin laser cannons, rapid auto cannons is a possibility. Like I usually say, auto cannons are the best all-rounder heavy weapon in the entire game. Switching the twin heavy machine guns for twin laser cannons, I mean, we are getting expensive at this point. 590 points, 4 shots, AP 3, Deadly 3. She's expensive, but she'll pop stuff. In larger games, I would definitely suggest 1 or 2 of these just to keep the enemy honest. Pop open all their transports and let your wolves go hunt. Next is the Wolf Heavy Tank. Now we're getting into ludicrous territory. Quality 3, Defense 2, Fast, Fearless, Impact 9, Toughness 18, and Transport 11. So many points that you can see up here that the Force Org validation at 2,000 points is saying just no. But let's go over it. You can upgrade it with a storm rifle or a heavy fusion rifle, upgrade it with a hunter missile or a dozer blade. You can replace the quad flamer cannon with twin heavy rifle arrays or quad laser cannons, and replace the twin heavy machine gun with twin miniguns. So this is dual purpose. It's supposed to hold your wolves to go forward and let them do the bad touch to the enemy, and also pop enemy tanks. But it's not going to do that with the twin heavy machine guns and the quad flamer cannons. Quad flamer cannons, though, will make a mockery of any enemy infantry. But, unfortunately, that's also what your wolves are supposed to do. You can go for the quad laser cannons to rip apart some enemy tanks, but you are now at 905 points. Oh, this is so expensive it hurts. You start putting this thing on the board, you're playing large enough games, you know what you're doing. You don't need to listen to me. Then we have the Wolf Attack Speeder. Quality 3, Defense 2, Ambush, Fast, Fearless, Impact 3, Strider, and Toughness 6. Comes with 2 heavy flamers for 1 shot apiece, AP1, Blast 3, Reliable. You can switch out the heavy flamers for heavy fusion rifles, heavy machine guns, or miniguns. You can replace one heavy flamer with a twin Typhoon missile, and you can upgrade it with open sides to give it Transport 6. So here is an interesting one. I like the attack speeders because I like to use them as sneaky anti-tank. You can replace the heavy flamers with the heavy fusion rifles. You can ambush down behind, beside, wherever of the enemy. Range 18, so you can drop a pretty good, decent distance away and pop off these two AP4 Deadly 3 shots. 255 points. It's cheaper than some of your regular troop units. If you need something that will pop the enemy tank so you can get to the gushy insides, Wolf attack speeders are going to be the way to go there. Take one or two of these, they'll do you right. Next unit is the Wolf Heavy Exosuit. Quality 3, Defense 2, Fear of 1, Fearless, Toughness 6, and Counterattack. Comes with a twin flamer and 2 attacks from Stomp. You can replace the twin flamer with twin fusion rifles, twin light gravity cannons, twin heavy machine guns, or twin laser cannons. You can upgrade it with dual heavy fists or dual combat drills, and you can also upgrade it with a chest missile or chest rifles. So this is kind of a toss-up unit. This one, it wants to be a heavy weapon carrier, but also has counterattack and the ability to put on dual combat drills. That makes it 250 points there, just keeping the twin flamers on. As much as it pains me, this would not be a melee unit. This is going to be a shooting unit. Chest rifles, heavy machine guns, 8 shots AP1, take off the dual combat drills, and 265 points. Not terrible. Kind of a toss-up. I would be indifferent to put this into an army. It has a definite job, but I don't know if it's a job that I need doing. Next unit is the Wolf Attack Walker. Quality 3, Defense 2, Fear of 2, Fearless, Toughness 12, and Counterattack. 2 shots with a twin heavy flamer, 4 attacks with Scout, and 4 attacks with AP4 from a Walker Fist. Normally, Walker Fist is something you have to upgrade into, but in this case, they're like, no, we know you want it, so here it is. If you take 2 Walker Fists, you can upgrade those into a Walker Axe with a combat shield, giving it protected. You can upgrade any Walker Claw with 1 heavy flamer, fusion rifle, or storm rifle. Man, these things are all out of order. There we go. You can replace the twin heavy flamer with a Walker Claw, Walker Fist, heavy rifle array, super heavy fusion rifle, twin heavy machine gun, heavy minigun, a heavy plasma cannon, twin laser cannon. You can replace 1 Walker Fist with a Claw, missile array, or autocannon, and you can upgrade any Walker Fist with a heavy flamer, fusion rifle, or a storm rifle. So, you know me. Whenever I take attack walkers, they have to be in combat. It's just a rule. It is a rule in my head. So what I would do, 2 Walker Fists with Stomp. Counterattack means you're going to attack first. Like there's a dead horse on the field and I'm beating it with a baseball bat. Just to put this in your head, counterattack means you are a melee army. 2 Walker Fists, 8 attacks AP4, 4 attacks AP1. It is going to rip and tear. Toughness 12, Defense 2. It is going to rip and tear the entire game. It's going to be hard for the enemy to put this thing down. But in case you wanted more, there is the Veteran Wolf Attack Walker. Quality 3, Defense 2, Fear 2, Fearless, Tough 12, War Veteran, and Counterattack. War Veteran gives it +1 to hit in melee and shooting, so you are hitting at a quality 2. And it is exactly the same as we saw before. And the last unit, Walker Fists, everything hitting on a 2. If you really wanted some anti-vehicle assurance, take 2 fusion rifles inside the fists. Makes you 660 points here. You're a one expensive boy. But this way, you can shoot at any vehicle with your fusion rifles, and then, because you have counterattack, if anything is dumb enough to charge into you, you attack it first with your 12 attacks. Yeah. Next unit is the Wolf Artillery Gun. Quality 3, Defense 2, Entrenched, Fearless, Repair, Slow, Toughness 6, and Counterattack. It can repair itself in case it does take any damage. Comes with a heavy Gatling cannon, 12 shots at AP1, and an engineer crew, 3 attacks at AP2. So this thing is not terrible in combat. It is 380 points, but with counterattack, you might kill 1 or 2 things coming in. You can replace the heavy Gatling cannon with a heavy crack cannon, a heavy flak cannon, or a heavy thunder cannon. Now, I don't normally deal with artillery, but when I do, I definitely like the indirect stuff. And in this case, that heavy thunder cannon, it's talking to me. 4 shots, AP2, blast 3, and indirect. This can absolutely ruin somebody's day. It's about the best I got for you there. Now we're into aircraft. Oh, of course, the Wolves have aircraft. Why not? I'm surprised the aircraft don't have counterattack. Starting off with a light gunship, quality 3, defense 2, aircraft, fearless, and toughness 3. Aircraft, there's been a lot of changes to aircraft. What it says now is when you deploy, you move in a straight line, you can't seize objectives, you can't be charged, and anything shooting at you is at minus 12 inches and minus 1 to hit. So the big difference from what it was previously is that you can turn your aircraft whenever you make the advance action. This way it stays on the board. Comes with a minigun, 4 shots to AP1, and twin Typhoon missiles, 4 shots to AP2. Upgrade it with a laser talon or a storm cannon, and you replace the twin Typhoon missiles with twin heavy machine guns, or twin laser cannons, or twin hammer missiles. Now, because this thing does not have counterattack, even though a close combat aircraft I think is something the Wolves are trying to figure out, you're going to be using this to pop off enemy vehicles, because your troops will have everything else covered. So in that vein, what you would want to do is laser talons and twin laser cannons. Comes in at 410 points. You're stuck with the minigun, but you can split your fire, maybe put this into a squad that you're getting ready to charge with something else, knock the numbers down, and then everything else into a vehicle to pop it open, getting it ready for the bad touch. And then finally, the last unit on the list is the Wolf Heavy Gunship. Quality 3, defense 2, aircraft, fearless, toughness 9, transport 11. Comes with a storm missile, 1 shot, AP3, deadly 3. A light heavy rifle array. Sounds like an oxymoron. 4 shots, AP1. Twin minigun, 8 shots, AP1. And a Typhoon missile, 2 shots, AP2 with lock-on. Your options here is to replace the twin minigun with laser cannons or plasma cannons, or the Typhoon missile with a heavy fusion rifle or a heavy machine gun. So you're already real expensive at 570. Same thing with the light gun ship. You're going to be made for popping tanks because your troops got everything else covered. In that case, twin laser cannons and heavy fusion rifles. 605. You've got 3 anti-vehicle weapons, the storm missile, the twin laser cannons, and the heavy fusion rifles. You still got your light heavy rifle arrays. Just lean out the side and fire at the enemy. And that's going to be it. That's all I got for you on aircraft. So that is it. That is every unit in the Wolf Brothers army. We did a little bit differently, and going forward we're going to do a little bit more differently as we go into more specialized armies. But the Wolf Brothers, I figured I'd cover it all for you. So now what we're going to do is go out into the garage and have ourselves a 2,000 point game to see how they perform on the table. So through the power of editing, I'll see you out there in about 2 seconds. Welcome back to the garage, everybody. This is what we're going to be playing with today. These are the Space Bears from Tabletop Times Kickstarter that they did not too long ago. Currently, right now, they are not available as individual STLs, but I'm pretty sure once they're done with all of their stretch goals, you'll be able to pick them up. So let's go over what we got in the army. Starting at the top of the list, we have a Master Brother with a squad of 10 rookies. They all have the jump pack upgrade. We got a couple of fists in there. And then the Master Brother is giving everybody the extra Furious. They're already Furious, so they're going to be double plus Furious on a 5. 2 squads of 5 Battle Brothers down here, all armed with heavy rifles. Nothing special there. 2 squads of 5 Werewolf Brothers over here. They have their regeneration counterattack for the whole army. Yeah, the whole army has counterattack, and these guys are all outfitted with melee weapons. We have 3 Wolf Riders back here in the back. A Master Destroyer right there with his big old stick, armed with all close combat weapons. And then a squad of destroyers going with him. Let's check out the other team. The opposition today are the Plague Disciples. These guys are the Dredged. You guys saw them 2 weeks ago in their standalone video. Go check that out if you want an in-depth dive on this army. But we have a Plague Champion with 20 Plague Zombies. They all have the regeneration from, I think it's called Ring the Bell, from him. We have 2 squads of 5 Plague Brothers,
4 rifles, and then one of those putrid flamers in each squad. We then have a chosen champion leading a squad of chosen veterans. The chosen veteran has the skill to give them all pretty much fast. They get +2/+4 inches of movement. We have our destroyer champion back there. He is a caster of 3 along with 3 other destroyers, all armed with the AP4 Deadly 3 weapons. And then we have one infernal brute right there in the back. He is armed with 1 fist and 1 autocannon. Let's check out the board. So here is our table today. We have some kind of a ruined mining facility. All this terrain here, well, all the modular stuff that you see around here, that's coming to us from Corvus Terrain Studios. I did a video on them last week, so go ahead and check them out to see all of the terrain options they have. But like you see, we got the industrial mining facility. We got some rubble piles, craters, storage over here. A couple of buildings, couple of hills. Yeah, so now we are going to roll to see how many objectives we have. All right, D3 plus 2, so that means we're going to have 4 objectives. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 objectives. Uncle C is going to be playing as the Space Bears, and I'm going to be playing as the Dredged. Let's see who goes first. The Dredged got a 1. And Space Bears with a 6, so definitely Space Bears go first. We'll be back after deployment. So for the Wolf Brothers Space Bears deployment, we got shooters, bear riders, shooters, werewolves. Then over here in the ambush bin, we've got the 10 rookies and the hero there, and then we have the destroyers and the destroyer lord there. And for the Plague Disciples, we got a unit up here on the walkway. The Chosen, the big brick of zombies in the middle, Infernals, the Infernal Brute, another squad of shooters, and then in my ambush bin, there are the destroyers. Let's see if we can remember that we have ambushers. So for the first activation, they're going to go ahead and get down off of the hill and then pop some shots off this way into that squad there. 5 shots on the 3. We got 4 hits. AP1, so saving on the 4. Ooh, failed 3. And then they have Putrid. So save 1. So 2 of them go down. Pew pew. First activation for the Stinky Boys. We're going to have this squad of zombies. They're going to double time it as far forward as they can. That's as far as they can get because they are slow. Next activation, this unit of Wolf Brothers are just going to stand there and just hold down the trigger going underneath the building into those zombies. 5 shots. We got 4 hits. Saving on the 6. Hey, saved 1. Then Putrid. Nope. Regeneration. No. So they lose 3. 1, 2, 3. Next activation is going to be these Chosen. They are going to go, well, they are fast because of the extra movement buff ability. And they're going to move to there. Unit of Werewolves. They are going to move forward to underneath the building there. The Infernal Brute, it's going to go for a 6-inch move to right there, and then, well, that's a bad angle. It's going to fire off its autocannon into that squad of brothers back there. So for his autocannon, it's 6 shots out of 3. We got 4 hits. Save it on the 5. So that's going to be 2 dead Wolf Brothers. Bang, bang. Then our wolf riding bears, they are going to go fast right up the middle. This unit of Stinky Boys up on this building, they are just going to be going 6 to there. And they would be shooting at them, but this is a true line of sight moment. We can't see them. And those same Wolf Brothers, they're going to move to there. So the Wolves are done. This is going to be the last unit for the Plague Brothers. They are just going to go ahead and run into here to give themselves a nice piece of cover. And then they're going to fire at those brothers over there. So all I got left is 2 rifles and their Plague Spewer. So we're only going to have 2 shots at that range on a 3. 1 hit. And because of the way that the building is, there's another line between the target and the Plague Brothers. So they're going to save on a 3. They're good. So at the end of turn number 1, 2 powered armored armies move rather quickly. We're about 15 minutes in, and we're already on to turn number 2. Let's see where this goes. So at the beginning of turn number 2, we got like Ambusher's Alley over here. We got the Plague Destroyers came down here, and then the Wolf Destroyers, and then the Wolf Rookies over here. So, yay! So we're going to start with the Bears. Oh, that way. The Bears are going to charge into the Infernal Brute. Roar! So we're going to start off with the AP1 attacks, hitting on a 3. Ooh, 2 hits. Saving on a 3. 1 fail. But he's sneaky. He still goes through. Then the AP4s. 4 hits. Saving on a 6. Fail. Putrid. Fail. So it takes 5 total. Now the Brute's AP1 attacks on a 3. 3 hits. Saving on a 3 because of shield wall, making them technically defense 2. Oh, for 3 wounds. And then his AP4. 3 hits. Saving on a 6. Saves 1. Morale test for the Bears because of the fear. Yep, they're fine. So 1 bear is gone. They back up an inch. Another bear is down to 1. And then Tubbo here is down to 7. So over here, these Chosen, they are going to charge into the squad of rookies, but we're going to see the glorious Wolf Brothers counterattack in action. And there's the train! Recurring character. Guest starring train guy. That's right. You all saw the last video. This is a full 6 hours after when we normally record. Just to throw that out there. Just to throw that out. That train knows that I'm recording. So here's all the rookies' attacks hitting on a 4. The black dice are going to be the AP4s. For that many hits right there. So then saving those 2 AP4s. They're going to fail both. Putrid for those. Saves 1. And the rest on a 3. Oh, there's 4. And Putrid save for those. Saves 2. So I lose 3 total. Then we got the Master attacking. 4 attacks AP1 on a 3. 3 hits. Saving on a 4. With Putrid. So I lose 4 total. So all I got left are the 2 Chosen with the Fists and the Champion. For 3 hits total. All of those are AP4. He loses 3. Morale test for the Chosen. They're gonna fail. Oh no. So he loses 3. I lose 4. And then, because we got no Fearless, we got no other stuff, the whole squad is gonna take off running. Counterattack. Bullshit! So seeing how things are working out, the Wolf Destroyers, they're gonna ram into the Plague Destroyers. Thud. So we got the Destroyers outfitted for Blenderizing. It's going to be 20 attacks out of those 4 models, hitting on a 3. With Rending and Furious. Oh Lord. So there's our hits. 5, 6, 7 are Rending. Okay, so with the Rending hits on a 6, none of them. With Putrid, hey, I saved 3. And then the normal hits on a 3. With Putrid, Save 2 more. For a total of 11 wounds. That means it kills the whole squad, and there's just the Plague Champ left. 2 attacks on a 3. 1 hit. AP 4. That's going to kill 1 because it is damage of 3. Morale test for the Master Destroyer, and of course. So 1 Space Bear, and then all of these go poof. Poof, bye-bye. So in retaliation for that, the zombies, they're going to charge in here. So they're all in there, but guess what? Wolves get to attack first. You guys are missing all the table talk here where I keep talking about how counterattack is bullshit.
Stupid Mongolians.
Goddamn Mongolians. Oh, tearing down my shitty wall. Throw them dice. Oh, you hit on a 6.
I didn't hit shit.
Well, you got 2. Stupid Mongolians. Throwing dice across the room.
Sword dice thrower.
Okay, all right, that's enough. Saving on a 6. Fail. 1. Putrid. And regeneration. Oh yeah, I don't get regeneration anyways because they have rending. So there's 1 dead zombie. 16 zombies. We got 32 attacks hitting on a 5. Saving on a 3. Ha! Take 2 wounds. 2. And finally, the Plague Champ. 4 attacks, 4 hits. Saving on a 3. Or actually, yeah, saving on a 3. Bleh. He loses 2 more. Morale test for the teddy bears, and they're going to pass. So after all that, 1 bear goes down. 1 bear has 1 wound left, and then we just saunter on back our inch. Ta-da. So the next activation for the teddy bears, they're going to move there, and then they are going to fire down this way into that squad in the hallway / metal grating. 3 shots on 3. 3 hits. Saving on a 4 because cover is a weird fickle thing, so save 2. And putrid saves. Or no, fails. So this 1. Morale test. They're gonna fail because why not? Boop. Ba-doop. Yay. So the next activation, this squad up here, even though we know there's a squad over there somewhere that they're going to get surrounded, they're going to fire here into the rookies. So here we go. We got 4 heavy rifles, and they are close enough for the snot gun. Here we go. AP 1, white dice are going to be on a 5. The snot gun, the black dice, is going to be on a 4. For 4. Morale test. They're going to pass. So there goes 4. Next activation, that squad of wolf bears over there are going to fire into the brute. 5 shots on a 3. Save it on a 3. It passes. Last activation for the Plague Brothers, we're going to have the Infernal Brute fire into the Bear Riders. 6 shots on a 3. Yeah, 4 hits. Saving on a 4. For 2 more wounds. Morale test. They're going to fail, but they're still going to fail. So there goes 1. Because we did 3 wounds, we're going to leave that one there because it just looks cooler. And because I forgot, we're just going to recover these. So yeah, now the Plague Disciples are done. So the rookies, they are going to, well, I am going to move the camera over here. Jetpacks are going to jetpack up there. Everyone's fatigued, hitting on a 6. Black dice are the AP4s. So we got, we got a couple. Everybody in the squad is furious, at least on a 6. So there goes there, and there. So this is gonna hurt. The AP1s lose 3, and the AP4s lose 2, and then Putrid saves 1. The 1 remaining is gonna fight back, and he hits. And they pass. Morale test for the Plague guys, they're going to pass. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to leave the guy that has the plasma, model, but he's the snot flamer back there going, crap. So we got that squad of werewolves that have been hiding under the buildings. They are going to swing through and head towards the zombies. And then the next squad, they are going to go through and sit on that objective there. So that was turn number 2. It did not go well in the slightest for the Plague Disciples. And you guys are getting to see just how strong the Wolf Brothers are when it comes to combat. Moving on to turn number 3. First activation of turn number 3, Retribution! You get the idea. Just for everybody at home, I did all the attacks with the zombies, and I got tapped on the shoulder about counterattack. I forgot. Fucking bullshit rule.
It's bullshit.
Hey, bullshit. Okay, roll your damn dice.
It's a bougie rule.
So it's 5 hits, saved it on a 6. Hey, saved 2. Putrid. Saved another, so they take out 2. So 13 zombies on a 5. 8 hits, saving on a 3. Fails 3. Plague Champ, we got 4 hits, saving on a 3. With poison, so re-roll that 6. 2 more. Morale tests, they're going to fail, but they got Fearless. They're good. So this one's going to be dead. He is down to 4. We lose 2 more zombies. And then everything backs up an inch. There we go. Those werewolves they are going to charge into the back of those zombies. 2 attacks apiece, hitting out a 3. Saving on a 6. Failed everything. Putrid. Failed everything. So there's 8 dead. Ooh. So many that I had to move over here. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll bring him along for the ride. So we got 6 and then the champion left. So those 6 zombies have 12 attacks on a 6. So there's 4. Save it on a 4. He loses 2. Then there's the champion. Whiffs. Regen for those 2. Yep, still loses 2. Morale test for the zombies. They're going to fail. So, because we got the undead rule in effect, they're going to lose 2 more. So 2 more zombies, and then 2 of the werewolves. So that's that. So the Infernal Brute, he is going to move to here. Take his 7 wounds with him. And then he is going to fire into the Destroyer. 6 shots on 3. 5 hits. Saving on a 5. 2 wounds. Morale test. It's a good pass. So this guy here is down to 2. Those guys are going to move up 6, and then they're going to fire again at that squad in the hallway. 3 shots. 2 hits. Saving on a 4. Fail, fail. Putrid. Fail, fail. Fail, fail. Fail, fail. Last activation for the plagues this turn. This guy over here is going to fire his snot rocket into this squad. So 1 shot on a 2. I was waiting for that to be a 1. Saving on a 4. Hey, kills 3. Morale test. Fail.
Oh, sorry.
And passes. So that's these 3, leaving that champion very angry. We got 5 shooters moving forward, and they're going to fire into the back of Plague and Chungus. 5 shots on a 3. 3 hits. Saving on a 2. Oh, a 3, because it's AP 1, so 1 wound goes through. Putrid takes it. So he goes down to 6. And then big Mr. Grizzly Bear himself is going to charge in. 8 attacks on a 6. For nothing. Mr. Brute fights back. 2 hits with AP 1 on a 4. 4 hits with AP 4 on a 6. So Mr. Grizzly Bear goes dead. And then he's going to recover this guy.
Hold. And
Rolling to hit on a 3. 4 hits. AP1, saving on a 4. Saved them all. Okay, cool. Did not expect that. 1 attack back. And misses. So that's the end of turn number 3. We're just going to go ahead and speed right into turn number 4. Not much left on the board for the Plague guys. We'll see what happens. So over here, this guy, he is going to spin around and fire his junk cannon into the bear. 6 shots on a 3. 5 hits. Saving on a 4. That's a dead bear.
you did good.
Moral victory. Next activation, the bears are going to fight into the zombies. 6 attacks on a 3. Okay. Saving on a 6. Putrid. Regeneration. Lose 4. Got 2 zombies left. 1 hit. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the champion now. 3 more hits there. The whites are poison, blacks are not. Saving on a 4. Rerolling that 1, 6. There we go. They lose 2. Morale test for the zombies. They're a fail. So I realized I screwed up. I only had 4 zombies left. So that would be these are dead. And then because of that fail, this guy's no longer undead. So he's going to bloop, run away. But those bears still die. Don't give me that pouty face. Last activation for the Plague Brothers. He is going to YOLO. Boom. Right there. And he's going to flamethrower those werewolves. Hit another 2. Hey, there we go. Saving on 4. Lose 2. So they lose 2. And then... oh no, the dingo ate my face. 6 attacks. 4 hits. AP1, saving on a 4. 8. With Putrid. No. Oh no, well, I couldn't expect that 2 turns in a row. So, ganging up on the Infernal Brutes, we got that squad there, that squad there. We're going to fire all 8 shots into him at once. 8 shots on a 3. Ooh, 3 hits. Saving on a 3. Takes 1 wound. And so with that, he goes down 1 more point to 5. Forget the morale test. Well, you know what? Here, just because. Good, he's good. So, contested. Bears. The Bears. For a Space Wolf Brothers Teddy Bear victory. Yes, my brain is broken. 3-0. So that's how our game went today. I am not going to sugarcoat it. I think that the counterattack rule for a full army rule is crap. Because it is such a strong rule, it shuts down melee armies. So, as far as rankings go, the Wolf Brothers, in my mind, they're going to be an A+, if not an S, just because of that counterattack rule. Bullshit. But overall, they are just like every other Battle Brother army, but just better with that counterattack rule. So that's going to do it for us out here in the garage today. I hope you guys are out there having fun playing OPR wherever you are. And we'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.